Hey everyone, it's Chef Carella here. Welcome to our dinner tonight. We're going to prepare Shrimp Scampy. And this is our first episode that we're doing, so I'm pretty excited about that. We're going to just start with chopping up some garlic, just normally what you would do. And, we smash the garlic so that the skin will come off easier. I've already prepared a few. We'll slice those up, dice them fine. Doesn't have to be really small. We're just using it for flavor for the scampi. Alright, so after we do that, we're going to get the shrimp peeled, but first we're just going to prepare the pan for the shrimp. We're going to cook them ahead of time. I like to do that and then pull them out, add them at the end of the dish because, I don't know, that's just the way I've been doing it. It always comes out pretty good. And so we're going to stay with that. We're going to just use some olive oil. This olive oil I'm using, I actually flavored it myself with Italian seasoning, different things. Usually basil, dried oregano, all dried ingredients. We're going to use some fresh Italian parsley at the end, but just at the end. After we take the pasta out, add the shrimp, and we'll put some of the flakes on top towards the end of the meal. Okay, you can also do all this to flavor. It just depends on how hot you like things. My family, Italians, we like things hot, so I'm going to use a lot of crushed red pepper. The ingredients you use, it's really kind of up to you what you use. You can go really crazy on getting very expensive stuff, but quality is important. So you get good stuff, you get good results. Just use a little cracked pepper in here, and we'll get that shrimp started in a minute. So we're getting our pan prepared for the shrimp. Now, until we get this sizzling, I'll start putting the shrimp in. I peeled the shrimp, got the shrimp at a local store. They're a little bit bigger than we usually get, and again, really it's up to you on your ingredients, but the better the ingredients, the better the results. So I've got some decent shrimp, and one of the things is wash them really thoroughly, clean them. Make sure you dry them, because once they hit the oil, you don't want that splattering, so that's definitely a safety hazard. Hot oil and water does not like each other, so make sure these things are patted dry pretty well. So we're really just waiting for the garlic to start sizzling here. Okay, so our garlic's starting to sizzle a little bit. You can zoom in on that. You don't want it to cook too much. You want it just get going good, and then we'll start putting in some shrimp. Once we get the shrimp in, I'm then going to add the white wine. Since this is scampi, I'm going to use a fair amount of white wine, and our family loves wine. So we're going to use some white wine in there. Alright, so we're going to start putting in some shrimp. I don't like to cook the shrimp too long, because once I add it to the pasta afterwards, it will cook also. So I'm going to put, as many will fit in this pan. The shrimp happen to be much bigger than normal, which can be good or bad, but hopefully it's good. It's pink Florida shrimp. As you notice, the color is pretty pink. Now, most people cook shrimp, I think, too long. So we want to make sure we're not cooking them too long. Probably time to add a little white wine. And we'll keep the heat up. And a lot of the alcohol will cook out once this thing gets hot. So don't be afraid to cook this for your kids. It's something that your kids will enjoy. And it's not going to get them tipsy, that's for sure. Well, any white wine, really, it's up to you. I wouldn't use anything very expensive, for sure. Now you can see the shrimp are starting to finally get to where I'm going to turn them. And they stop looking so clear. You can see that they're pretty clear right here. Now this one here, you can see now that that's whiter on the other side. Again, you can't hurt it, but you definitely don't want to overcook it. So you can definitely tell, and they're firm too. You can feel it. They're firm. When those shrimp are getting pretty close to being done, I'm just going to put them in this bucket and do the second wave of shrimp. doing the second batch of shrimp now, and I emptied all of that juice into my bowl. And part of the reason for that is I want to have a lot of juice for the pasta, but also it keeps the shrimp really moist. And I get a lot of comments how juicy and moist the shrimp is because it soaks in that. And I think we're getting good. I chopped up another garlic clove. We're getting ready to put the rest of the shrimp in. And once that starts cooking, I'll add a little bit more white wine again. And we'll be good to go. Next we'll start on the pasta, getting the water boiling. This can sit for a while. That's one of the things I like about doing it separate. You can just put it on at the end once the pasta is ready. So it's a little easier to regulate your meal. It comes out at the right time. You don't have to rush things. And that's the way I do it. You don't have to do it that way, but it's kind of a tip that I use. And I guess we're going to get ready to go ahead and turn these shrimp. We're just doing the same thing as before. I put the shrimp in. They're feeling pretty firm already. And I'll just put them in here in this bowl. And I'll let them sit in there for a while. I mean, really, we're preparing the dinner for our time, not when everything is done. So we'll get the pasta started shortly. The shrimp will stay warm just because the ingredients are all warm in here. We'll add a little bit more white wine again. Give it such a chance to cook off. And just preparing the fresh parsley. It's Italian flat parsley. And I will put that on at the very end of the meal. Once the shrimp are all on, I'll just sprinkle it on the top. I'm just going to chop it up and sprinkle it on top. Right now I'm just taking off the stems. And you know, you don't have to use fresh parsley, but I think it's better. Again, I really want to say the ingredients make a huge difference. We're going to get ready to grate some fresh cheese here. My personal favorite is Pico Romano, and you know, it has a very sharp taste to it. And we'll do that just before the pasta's ready, and it keeps the flavor. So I like getting the block cheese and then shredding it right before. It's expensive, but it's worth it. It's much better. Cheese is much better when it's not processed, and you can find that at any of your warehouse stores at a pretty reasonable price. So that's where I shop for that. All right, we're going to look at our water. We haven't started it yet, and I'm going to start it now. What we're going to do is we're going to just put it on high. I put some salt in. I'll put a little bit more in. And my mom used to say that the pasta should taste like it's coming out of the sea. So, you know, some people are watching their salt intake, put less. But I would recommend putting some in. Do not use olive oil in your water. It's a waste of time and money. What will happen is your sauces will not stick to your pasta. It gets real slick. It doesn't do anything to keep it from sticking. Alright, let's just say that. Just watch it, stir it a little bit. One of the things I did before was I cut my pasta or broke it in half. Now, for some Italians, that would be a sin. I just find it easier to handle. It's easier for people to eat. It's less likely to get clumped up in the bowl. That's just my personal opinion. I can cook it whole, but I just like to break it in half. So remember, a lot of people that are eating it are not Italian. So some people don't know how to eat a full thing of spaghetti. So just break it in half, and you're good to go. Okay, so as you can see, the water is boiling right there. Healthy boil. We're now going to put the pasta in. I'm just going to spread it out a little at a time. And again, this is why I like cutting it or breaking it, because it goes in so much easier. Isn't this a beautiful bowl? I want to show you this. This is what I got for Father's Day. My daughters made this for me. We made it as a project right there. So as That's my pasta bowl and I use it all the time. Alright, so to make sure those don't stick on the bottom, just kind of move them around a little bit at first. Like that. You're good. You know, cover it up. Regulate it, make sure it doesn't boil over. Keep it at a healthy boil though. And okay, one of the things about the shrimp, remember I mentioned I keep them moist the whole time. I just was making sure they're down in the juice, and this is what we cooked it in. So it's just, again, white wine, olive oil, lots of garlic, red pepper, because we like it spicy, black pepper, and Italian seasoning, dried Italian seasoning in there. This will keep it really moist, and then we'll make some more sauce for the pasta, but I'll pour this on top so there'll be plenty of juice for the pasta to soak. This is good because it gets the flavor of the shrimp in there, so it really makes it delicious. It smells great in here. Checking on the pasta. Let me see how it's looking here. Oops, I don't want to burn myself. Alright, come out of there, you little one. Just a hair longer. And again, this is personal taste. It's what you like. I like it a little al dente, a little firm, but not too firm. Doesn't feel like it's cooked then. So, but definitely you don't want to have your pasta mushy. People tend to overcook their pasta, and it just doesn't taste very good. I don't think. That's my personal opinion. So you got to be careful at this stage now to really make sure that your pasta doesn't get overdone. I'm going to take it off now, I believe. Got my mitts. And always have a colander ready in the sink so that you can dump it in there. Be careful, obviously, you've got some hot water here. I'll transfer it over into my beautiful pasta bowl. Add my sauce, and then of course the shrimp that are soaking in that delicious juice for this last 15-20 minutes or so. Alright, here we go. Good facial right here. Strain it out. Should get a lot of the water out. Don't have to get all of it. Pour it in. Now you want to make sure you get your sauce and your liquid on there pretty quickly. You don't want anything sticking. I'll stir it around a little bit. And then I'm going to make sure to put the shrimp on next. That has a lot of the juice there. Remember, it's been soaking. And there you go with all that delicious shrimp. Man, that's fantastic. Okay, so this is our end product right here. And my name is Chef Carella. You can follow me on my Facebook page. Please subscribe to my channel. Right? If you have any questions or comments, just ask and I'll respond as quickly as I can. So next time we'll do a different meal.